What if you've forgiven someone, but they keep hurting you? That is today's question. And it's a great question, because very often we do the work to forgive others, but then we find ourselves in difficult situations nonetheless, and we wonder, what did all this forgiveness really benefit us and lead to? So let's unpack that statement. There's really two parts, right? The forgiveness part, which is very important, and it's essential to understand that forgiveness is about healing yourself. It's not about the other person whom we feel wronged by. So to start with, forgiving means releasing the negativity that we hold about a particular situation. Because if we hang on to that negativity, it only hurts us and it makes it worse. Yes, there was something that was not appropriate. Something happened that we felt wronged by. It doesn't mean letting the other person off the hook. It doesn't mean denying what had happened. But forgiveness is about releasing the negative energy from that incident so that it doesn't continue on longer or doesn't grow stronger than it needs to. So that's the first part, is releasing the negativity. And I talk all the time about essentially feeling your feelings, not pushing them away. And forgiveness is a feeling ultimately that instead of hanging on and continuing to blame, that we find a way to release those feelings that are causing us continued strife. So that's the first part. But then when it comes to the people in our environment that we feel wronged by, they don't change their behavior and they continue to hurt us. So this is where the next step comes in, and I call this clear action. So clear action consists of, now that we have the clarity of not reacting from our hurt feelings, because if we're in reactivity, then we're likely just to counter blame and exacerbate the situation. And it really only makes things worse and doesn't really help anyone. It certainly doesn't help ourselves. So the important thing is to release those stuck feelings, those hurt feelings, and then we have a certain clarity about the situation. And with this clarity, we can take clear action. And that clear action can absolutely consist of setting boundaries, healthy boundaries. Maybe we have to distance ourselves. Maybe it's just having a conversation, an open, honest conversation about what your needs are and how they need to be honored. So whatever that clear action is, you'll know because you're acting from a place of clarity. You're not acting from a place of reactivity. You're responding from your inner wisdom, your inner voice, and not from this state of enraged and need to pay back, right? It's not that kind of a mind. So the forgiveness is really so that we let go of the anger and then we can calmly assess what we need to do. And everyone has this voice of reason and wisdom and inner peace and inner calm inside of them. It's inner. And then from this inner peace, we can take clear action towards the outside and set appropriate action into reality so that those situations don't happen again, so we don't feel hurt again. And the people that we now don't react to longer, obviously first piece is to set healthy boundaries, but you might find that now that you're not coming at them from a place of reactivity, that their behavior might change. Don't expect it, but it does happen more often than not. You might be surprised because your reactivity of keeping that hurt alive also kept their, their reactive loop engaged. And too often, it takes two to tango. We get stuck in this loop of reactivity. Of course, one person thinks the other person is wrong, and the other person thinks the other person is wrong, and they're right. And so, regardless of right or wrong, it's to everyone's benefit to come out of this loop of stuckness of just negativity cycling around. No one benefits. So I hope that answers the question. It's tricky situations we find ourselves in day out, and feeling our feelings and preventing them from getting stuck is at the root of all of our healing. If we react constantly to our environment, then we're always kind of looping and repeating old patterns. But feel your feelings, look within, give them space to be, and you'll be surprised how quickly even some of the toughest feelings dissipate. They dissolve, and you release them back into the flow of life, back into things coming and going. And that's where the true permanent joy of being you and being alive lives. So, as always, I hope this helped. Be happy, be free, be you.